Ravens fans, I need you to send some good vibes. Coming up here on today's show, we're going to get into the latest injury news around Lamar Jackson. So what I need you to do is like the video to wish Lamar a speedy recovery. You're watching the Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. Mitchell Renz here to walk you through the latest news and rumors. Well, probably not going to do much walking because then you wouldn't see me on screen. We are going to talk about the latest, though, going on around Lamar Jackson. Baltimore brought back a familiar face in the secondary. And at the end of today's show, I'm going to give you an updated look at the NFL playoff picture. But the reason why you probably clicked on this video, your quarterback, Lamar Jackson, dealing with a little bit of an injury. He was carted off the field against the Cleveland Browns. And anytime you hear carted off the field, I don't know about you, my heart stops a little bit. And then you think, okay, carted off Lamar Jackson, the season's over. All I'm going to say is pump the brakes there a little bit, because if there is some good news in this, Jackson suffered a low ankle sprain. And the reason why that's important is because if you hear high ankle sprain, that's a several weeks, sometimes it can even be longer season-ending type of injury. With a low ankle sprain, the reports are right now that Jackson is day-to-day, and the fact that he could play on Sunday is obviously a very good sign. Now, I will go out and say this. I am worried that Jackson might try to rush back too soon, and then you have a more severe injury. Not that I don't believe in the Ravens medical staff, and not that I don't want Jackson out there on the field, but this has been a tough stretch, definitely moving forward, and it's going to be a tough stretch for Baltimore. And at the end of the day, you're not going to risk the health of your franchise player if you don't feel that he's 100% out there, because he's going to be looking for a brand new contract, and reports probably just a few weeks ago were saying that, hey, he's going to be the highest paid quarterback in ever. Like that's the type of money that he's going to be looking at, and I get it. He's had a little bit of a down year. Some people are questioning his ability to be able to throw the football, 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, but I want you guys to look at this remaining schedule here. You got the Green Bay Packers, Cincinnati Bengals, the Rams, and the Steelers. By no means is that an easy stretch. Now, do I think a 75% healthy Lamar Jackson is better than Brent Hundley? Yes, I do. But I will also say this. Hundley has shown that he's been a halfway decent backup in this system with Baltimore. I have a lot of confidence in Wink. I have a lot of confidence in Harbaugh, and I have a lot of confidence that they're going to be able to put out the best product there. But you need to have a healthy Lamar Jackson if you not only want to make the playoffs, but if you actually want to make a deep playoff run, and the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. But what do y'all think here? Because this is what Chat Sports is about, is being interactive, and this is actually going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So when you're getting hit with that YouTube ad break, I want you to scroll on down, because you might as well let the ad play, and give me your 2 cents. Why for yes and for no, can the Ravens win with Hundley at QB? So here's my answer. He's serviceable, but they won't go deep into the playoffs. And when you look at that final 4 games, and you're going to see in the playoff picture, and obviously you guys know the AFC North right now is a very, very close division. Can you actually win the division? I'm not 100% sure. Now this season, 68.2% completion percentage, 528 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The issue is, not saying that Hundley isn't mobile, okay? But Lamar Jackson is just a special, and he's just a different type of talent. His ability with his legs and I'm trying to find a word, just the overall what he's able to bring to that Ravens offense that is missing right now, that running element due to just so many injuries. He's good, but he's not Lamar Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens, with all their injuries, they need Lamar, not Hundley. Now, if anybody out there is looking for an awesome Christmas gift or anything around the holidays, we got the hookup right now. Go to chatsports.com/Ravens jersey. So that link is going to be available for y'all in the comments and in the description. I'm not going to lie. These jerseys are really freaking fresh there. So if you just need a brand new jersey, hell, if you want to get something for yourself, I'm not going to tell anyone. It's better than getting a lump of coal for Christmas. So go to chatsports.com/Ravens jerseys. We got all different kinds of sizes. It's not just the ones that you see to the right of me either. We have just tons. Youth jerseys. We have women's jerseys. All the good stuff. Get yourself set up. chatsports.com/Ravens jersey. Let's look at Lamar Jackson's numbers here throughout the season. 64.4% completion percentage, the 2,882 yards, but the biggest issue has been the touchdown to interception ratio. I mean, last season, 26 touchdowns, 9 picks. The year before that, I believe it was, 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So the numbers are getting a little bit worse, but I'll also say it's because you don't have the running game that you've had for such a long time there in Baltimore. 133 carries this season, 767 yards, 2 touchdowns. At the end of the day, he is a special, special player, and our job here is to be able to keep you guys as up-to-date as humanly possible. So if you haven't subbed yet, if you don't know why you should sub, if we get more information, if we get anything on Lamar Jackson, I can guarantee you this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep you updated. The other thing that we love to keep you updated on is when, hey, you welcome a brand new player, and look at this, Tony Jefferson. You remember him? He actually signed with the Baltimore Ravens today, is on the practice squad. He spent 3 seasons with Baltimore, and you know what? Jefferson is not the player that y'all probably remember, because I would have said he was one of the best safeties just a few years ago, his physicality, but what you are going to get is leadership. And with the amount of injuries that Baltimore has, especially in that secondary, you need somebody to step up. You need somebody that knows this defense, and you need somebody that you can actually, some of these younger players can look up to, and that's what you're going to get here out of Tony Jefferson. Now, in the 3 seasons with Baltimore in 35 games, he had 174 tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 11 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions. And now he was a safety. He was also paired with somebody who was sleeping with his brother. We won't get into that, and that's not what you're going to get out of Tony Jefferson, which is something good. But best case scenario for the Ravens, and this is it. The fact that you could get somebody a little bit older, they were desperately needing some help in that secondary there. And when I saw that, hey, that they were working him out, I looked at producer Jeremy, and I'm like, this is a move that they absolutely have to make. We're going through, we're looking over our notes, and like, oh, wow, they actually went ahead and they pulled off the move. So really like to see that out of Baltimore. Now, one of the reasons why I said they desperately need secondary help, I mean, look at some of this. Marlon Humphrey, one of the best cornerbacks in the National Football League, he's injured. Amon Marshall, Ardarius Washington, even though Ardarius did not get drafted, he was a UDFA. I love this kid coming out of TCU. Deshon Elliott, another injury there to the cornerback position. Marcus Peters, I believe he tore his ACL the week before the season got kicked off against the Raiders. I mean, you're looking at just a lot of injuries there into the secondary. So if you haven't joined the family yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Stay up to date with the latest Ravens news and rumors. Don't be that guy that's like your friends are talking about, hey, Tony Jefferson signed. You're like, what? Really? I had no idea. Well, you got no excuses in today's world. Subscribe, turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss a thing. Coming up here on today's show now, we're going to get into the AFC playoff picture, the overall look. We're going to look at the North standings. We're going to look at the overall NFL playoff picture. The good news, the Ravens still lead the AFC North. The bad news is they're going in the wrong direction. So currently sitting with an 8-5 record. 2 weeks ago on NFL Daily at Chat Sports. If you're not subscribed to Chat Sports, make sure you do. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. I said that the Baltimore Ravens were going to finish as the number 1 seed. I did not anticipate all the injuries, and I did not anticipate the play that I have seen the past few weeks. But you still lead the division, and you still have a obviously very realistic chance of making the playoffs. But you have to step it up, and you got to step it up real quick. Here's the latest AFC North standings after Week 14. The Ravens still on top. 8-5, the Cleveland Browns 7-6. The Bengals, they lost a heartbreaking game to the 49ers. That puts them at 7-6. And then you got the Pittsburgh Steelers 6-1. As it stands right now, I'll be honest, I'm not a mathematician. Math isn't my strong suit, so I let our producers do this math for us. The Ravens have a 75% chance to make the playoffs right now. 75% chance is pretty damn good if you ask me. The Ravens need to win 2 out of 4 to essentially get in. But you guys want to obviously win the division. You want to continue to carry on. It's just, again, look at this final schedule. Week 15 versus Green Bay. I know Aaron Rodgers is dealing with some foot injuries, and Rex Ryan probably wants to help him out with it, but that's not going to be an easy game to win. 7-6 Bengals. The Bengals are a tough team, no matter how you look at it, and that game's in Cincinnati. The Rams, tough. The Steelers, tough. If you don't bring your A game for any 4 of these, you could easily lose all 4 of them. So here's going to be my question. I want you to type 1 for yes, or I want you to type 0 for no. Will the Ravens win the AFC North? Go ahead, let me know down in the comments. I'm going to be looking.